So Flex, I don't know if you're going to give us some exclusives tonight.
100%. It's your boy
100%.
Joe, and you're listening to Nouvelle Live podcast. Hip hop all day, hip hop Uganda, hosted by your main man, Nouvelle Sean. You can also catch him on nouvellelive.org.
The song is titled Cheptegei, which is just giving Cheptegei his flowers, when he's still alive. I did this song in 2018 with Mio Made when Cheptegei had just won the first medal before all these others that he won. So I just did it as a freestyle, and it was my own personal song. I never expected to feature other guys. So when I was doing the album, I decided to actually get other rappers on it than getting separate collabos for everyone.
Hi, what's up, people? This is Aggie, the Royal Highness, and you're listening to
Then what's Fik Fameica?
I cannot wait to jump into the album just to listen to Cheptegei. That's a serious lineup right there, and I like the fact that you pay homage, you give the man his flowers, and you say that project was worked on in 2018, right?
Yes, it was.
Interesting, and it looks like you had that prophetic eye, like you would win something more. I think this should be like the soundtrack for every time a Ugandan athlete wins something out there, or even like morale boosting. I don't know if you have plans for that.
I think that's the whole idea, actually. Yeah, the whole idea is to do a song. When we're doing this song, it was because it's just like run this game like, making wins like, you get it? Yes, so it's different. It's not just about him being an athlete. You're referring to him just as the benchmark or something. Right, cool. You get.
All right, cool. Let's dive into the intro. Let's get this started. We're just warming up, and okay, ladies and gentlemen, Flex the Paper, Kampala Boy, aka Presigabo Julius, Alex. Which other names? Class City is what?
The Fresh Prince of Class City. Yeah,
Fresh Prince of Class City. Until Kampala Boy. So you've been through all those transitions. The journey from Azalia, I think 2010.
Yeah. That's
or 2011.
2010 towards December, I think, when we did the first songs, like the first official songs on radio and TV. That is Burning. Then we did a song with Big Trill, Party Life. You get that was all 2010 coming into 2011. Yeah.
I think it was around 2011.
Right? Yeah, I think because that's when maybe the songs moved. But 2010, they were already out towards the end of 2010. Yeah.
So, how has the journey been like? 10 years plus.
Bro, it's been a tight one. I won't lie. It's been also at the same time like the wins and losses, Actually, lessons, not losses. Because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing this for, you get. Because everyone will always keep telling you, you can't do hip hop in Uganda, you can't rap in Uganda, look at what's on the charts, look at what's playing in the clubs, look at this, But if you know what you want, then you can't look at that, you get. So the 10 years plus, like you're saying, but it's actually like 10 years, I think, proper 10 years. I think it's been a positive thing on my end because I'm doing something that I love. And at the same time, I'm inspiring some people, which I think is what's most important. Whenever I get a message from someone who likes what I've done, or someone who's telling me, oh man, you don't know what you did for me when I was in S4, I listened to this song when I was in campus, I did this. I think that's what's special. Inspiring another person, yeah.
About that time, I think I was still in high school. Most people think Nuve is a super triple OG, but I just happen to have access and maybe love to these things as early on.
I also thought you're an OG.
I'm just a young OG. Because around 2011, The Myth was dropping something. And others to you.
Pardon?
Around that time. Did you get me?
Sorry, I didn't get you. You said around that time?
Around that time, The Myth was dropping September Rain.
Oh yeah. One of the hardest projects out of Uganda
Yeah.
hip hop. Yes,
And Rooftop was the thing.
bro.
Garden City.
I can't forget that day. Bobby Wine came through. I mean, Bobby Wine, you guys. Bobby Wine came for the Myth's project,
And we had these holiday programs, secondary school what, and so I lie about it. I grew up in Burgos, Luzera, those areas, so I was in the places nearby, and I had to represent one way or the other, with my people. Nonetheless, the talk is not really about me, but I just wanted to show how far we go back, even when our paths had never crossed one way or the other.
Yes.
Yeah. We should be doing a 10 years of flex anytime soon.
I hope so. What's crazy though is when you speak about The Myth, I remember the first time I went to studio with The Myth. We linked up through a guy called Lyrical Proof. So Lyrical Proof was very close with The Myth at that time, of course, they're still close. Shout out to The Myth, I see you. Lyrical Proof was one of the hardest guys at the moment, when we were growing up. So he listened to my songs and he's like, you know what, we need to jump into studio. So I'm like, you know what, I have this beat, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I have another beat. So he gives me another beat. So the beat he gives me, he's like, let's show this to The Myth and see if he likes it. And when The Myth listened to it, he liked it, and boom, my first time to make a song with these big guys. So that's how it started, to be honest. You get, so from that time up to now, still a solid guy. Shout out to The Myth.
Dope. You're one of the people who had projects with Alan Toniks when it was a big deal.
Yeah, he's still actually a big deal.
Earlier.
Yes, he's still a big deal. I think.
When he was a big deal earlier on.
Yes. We did that with Toniks in 2012. We just dropped Burning. We had also done the song with Big Trill Party Life, which had just done some countdowns in Kampala, I think at that time. The Sanyo FMs and all that, Hot 100. So when I linked up with Toniks, it was just all pure vibes, love, nothing for money, no paying for anything, nothing at all. So Ethan had a beat that he had just made, and Ethan's like, you know what, since Toniks wants to work, this is the perfect beat for Toniks. So one of our friends is called Cash Kutesa, sorry. So Cash gives it to Alan Toniks. Then one night in Casablanca, Toniks is like, yo, I'm leaving Casablanca, I want to send you something. The next day in the morning, I wake up and I had vocals on my email. Toniks had recorded everything at his end. So it was just a blessing. Everything just moved smoothly, the video and all that. Before we knew it was on Channel O and things like that. And I was like, wow. You're just a kid in first year, So all this to me was really moving fast at that moment. So, yeah.
I think when I watched your music on Channel O, that's when I knew I would do something within UJ Hip Hop.
Yeah. At that time, that was a big station, yeah.
I like, these are people within my brackets. Like,
yes.
I've been inspired by the Klear Kut, but then is there anyone within my age bracket?
Yes.
Is there anyone doing it, within, my reality and all?
Yeah.
So there is this interesting story as we explore your journey. Baru commissioned me to do a film script for him.
Yes.
My Other Life, I write film.
Okay.
And when because it was about, his life and all, so we're trying to do some sort of documentary. He wanted like a basic documentary. He did not realize that I could actually write a script for film and conversations and all.
Yes.
Then when he was telling me about how he started production, he tells me, you had a laptop.
Yes.
Earlier on at campus.
Yeah.
And that's how he got to produce.
Yeah, that's actually facts.
That's That's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild, man.
yeah, no, it's big
So,
facts.
in other words, I'm trying to give you your flowers at this point.
Thank you, but no,
Like,
I think it's not even about
like
that.
who knew?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. Like who knew? I mean, there are amazing stories behind the scene.
yes. What happened actually exactly? I was doing IT at Makerere with Baru. So Baru hits me up. He's like, "Yo, bro, I've seen your song on TV. I need to learn how to produce, blah blah blah." So I'm like, okay. Do you have anything you've done before? He's like, no, I don't have anything, but I have the interest. You get. So I used to have a laptop that I wasn't using, in school. Of course, it's meant to do coursework and all that, but we're always in club. Guys, of course, don't tell your kids to go to club when they're in campus. They should be studying. But yeah, so we'd always be out, we're here, we're there. So I thought, Barry, use the laptop. When I need it for coursework, then that's when it will come back, and that's it. And the first beat I remember Barry made, because he told me he wants to make a beat for me, there was a song by Wiz Khalifa. It was called No Sleeping. And it was like No Sleep. It was like trending at that time and all that. So I told Barry, I love this beat. Just try and redo it and we see. You get. And Barry redid that beat when he had finished doing all his personal things. Like he was studying on his own how to do his beats because he had an idea, but I think he was researching more, meeting up with guys like Ethan, meeting up with guys like Sam Lamara and other people. So when Barry came, he played me a beat and I was like, wow, like crazy, trust me. And just like I think 2 years after, me and Baru did something that was more with Kemeshan, which did what it did at that time. It was a dancehall vibe and all that, and played its part in the industry.
Interesting story. I definitely got excited to know, the origin of more and all that while I was doing some work for Barrow. All right.
Yeah, he's actually one of the guys behind the album right now as well. He mixed like 4 songs on the album.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Dope.
He's still very, very good.
Right.
Yeah.
As we wrap up the origin story, of Flex. Tell me about your relationship with Ethan. I would
Ethan, yes.
Just hold on. It's more like the good thing the two people are actually on here. It's more like cause and effect and the myth kind of bromance
Relationship. Yeah. My thing with Ethan is actually a crazy one. I met Ethan through Don MC. That's how crazy it is. You get. It's Don MC that introduced me to Ethan. We attended the Myths event at Centenary Park. So Don MC is like, yo, this is the guy I was telling you about last week when we were in studio. Because the Myth had come to the studio, Southside. Southside was in Mango. So the Myth came to record. And the Myth came with Don MC. Right? So he's like, oh man, this is the guy I was telling you about the songs that the Myth was playing. This is the guy, Ethan. This is the guy who does those songs. I'm like, oh, the dope songs as well for Navio? He's like, yeah, he's the guy. So me and Ethan exchanged numbers and boom. More than 10 years together, or 11 years, I think. Yeah. And his son has produced the most songs for me till today.
In just a couple of years back when I interviewed you for the podcast, I sort of asked, or I think I didn't phrase, when I look back, I'm like, what was I thinking? A question on the kind of sound you chose, the path you chose to explore fusions, of Juji hip hop and all that. I don't know if you remember the question.
No, I can't. Sorry. What was the question?
I think I put, to paraphrase what I said, it was more like, so what was like the motivation of you, trying to explore Afrobeat, trying to go into this kind of sound? Because I think your response to that was more of like, Ethan, you've worked with him and he's always understood like what the people want.
Yeah.
Was it a conscious decision for you to choose not to be like I wouldn't want to use the word typical. Anyone starting out in hip hop would want to go to the basics, the boom bap, the South, East, New York, blah blah, all that. Was it a conscious decision for you to, um, even how you were working with Ethan? Was it Ethan creating the sounds, or was more of your conscious decision? If I'm
Okay.
to bring
Yes.
back the question one more
Okay.
time like that.
Yeah, I think to start with, you asked me why I decided to do the kind of sound like branching out to the Afro beats and all that at that time. I think at that time there was a lot of I looked up to people, first of all, like General, you know. I looked up to guys like Navio. I looked up to guys like The Myth. You get. So the music they were doing was already something that people love, and it's out there. You get. They already have like a certain fan base, a certain market for their sound, right? So to come with a different sound but still rapping, I had to come with something different. So that's how I branched out to do songs like Follow Me, songs like Shutting Down Towns, songs like More. I'm rapping, but at the same time getting a commercial appeal. Because these other guys have the commercial appeal, but with pure hip hop, pure in quotes, you get. Like it's the hip hop that people know this is hip hop. A song like Boss Vow, you get, those songs would know like word for word. You get a song like Ingalo. These are songs we grew up on. You get so when you listen to the sound they were doing, it was the best sound at that time. But also there was a time when Afrobeats was like catching up. And Uganda, it had not really caught up like in rappers. It was not like really heavy among hip hop people. It was just big, maybe in clubs and things like that, but not among the rappers. So I decided to branch out in that way. At that moment, that's what I saw was my right direction, like to take. And for asking about Ethan, deciding the sounds, no. I would come up with the ideas. For example, like Shutting Down Towns, I wrote the chorus myself, got Mata Smalls to sing it. Same thing with Leader with Shilawaya. I wrote the chorus myself, got Shilawaya to sing it. I would just tell Ethan, like, can you get me a beat that sounds like this, And Ethan is very fast. Within 2 days, he'll get me beats. And that's how it would work. Yeah.
Dope. I think 2 years later, you've answered the question when I am sober enough to ask the question well.
No, it's good.
Right, cool. Earlier on, 2 years ago, I was more starstruck, Just picked up the phone.
No.
Yeah. All right, cool. You talk about APAS almost, I shouldn't say all the time, but within most of your interviews, you talk about APAS, who I'm actually looking at, as earlier on listening for Not For Sale, just to remind myself of 2017.
Yes.
And the years. He does the intro for Not For Sale, and he's also on the album Kampala Boy, which we are going to dive into in a few. So how long have you been working with Bonza?
Epas, first of all, is someone I would also consider family. I've known Epas since Southside. When he did songs with Don MC, he did songs with Unique, he did songs with Imon Pro, was the producer at that time, Kaina. So he was always at the studio. He was like, that talent that is always there. Like every time he's jumping on something, he's delivering. Elpas was a rapper. Elpas was a rapper before he did dancehall. So our relationship comes from back in the day, Then we did some songs back in the day, me, Epas, Don MC. Those collabos that were just doing studio freestyling and stuff like that. There are songs that even never made it to the radios. We used to just record songs and stuff like that. So that's where the relationship comes from. So when Epas came to Buddy Music, that is at Buddy's, Bashir, he started doing the more professional sound and everything. You get with Nassim as well. Barroso was with them at some point. Klear One was there doing some songs as well. So we kept in touch. But we would always say, we need to get a perfect song. We need that perfect song, you get? We can't do what we used to do. So on the mixtape, I was like, no, I don't think I would want Epas to jump on this mixtape. I would want him to jump on a real, like a perfect project, you know. And I think the timing was right for Kampala Boy. So he does the third song on the album. Yeah.
Right. To move away from the music a little bit, if I was writing for you your resume or CV, I think the words hustler, as Navio says on the
Not for sale. Yeah, not for sale.
Yeah.
Yes.
He says you are the African hustler, Flex the hustler. I want to understand how you've managed to, stay relevant within the music as you've been behind the Rapaholics where and on all. A little intro onto
Yes.
Rapaholics where, for anyone who does not know that story.
Yes. First of all, Katonda is involved. That's why we've stayed relevant. But also, Rapaholics Wear, the stories, it's a funny one too. Easy Wear made the first Rapaholics Wear t-shirts. We're going for a video shoot with Big Trill in Mokono. We're going to shoot Party Life. So we hit up Easy, we're like, we need t-shirts. I mean, we have to represent our own brand, like in the video, yeah, get. So Easy's like, yeah, cool, let me bring those. Easy comes, he slides by at the hostel. This is Karl Marx. This is, I think, 2011. Easy Wear comes by. We get up, everyone's ready. We head. When we get to the venue, everyone wants the t-shirts. People are like, how much? I want to buy this. How much? So I tell my guys, you know what? Tomorrow we have to print these t-shirts and sell to everyone who never got, because they need them. You get? So that's how we started to start selling clothes. We had never had a plan that we were going to enter this thing. You get? So that's basically how the whole clothing thing started. And it's been strong since 2011 towards the end. But commercial, 2012, I think. To make it proper, like selling and everything, 2012. Yeah.
Hey,
different brands.
Hey man, hi brother. Hello Flex.
What's good? What's good? G?
My G. Listen, when you say easy wear, who do you mean?
Easy Wear is easy. What's his Easy? The
Easy.
artist, the
Yeah.
painter. Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know
Easy
what's crazy?
Creative. Yes.
I didn't know until right now. But you know he's the one who made the So UG logo.
Yeah, exactly. You see, that's the guy. And he's
Wait.
the one who made the Rapaholics original logo.
So
He's
you
the one who
knew
made our
that?
logo as well.
I just got to know this right now.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Oh
He's
shit.
the one who did Rapaholics logo, did all our first t-shirts, Yeah.
Oh
That's
shit,
the
man.
guy. Easy. The guy behind the
I
Vectors.
didn't even know until you said it right now, because I was like, who is Easy? Because the only Easy I know is the one who did my
Yeah,
No,
that's
that-
him.
Let me let you
Yeah.
be, my brother. Let me follow the conversation. I'm here.
No, you stay around. Yeah, so
Man,
yeah,
that's
that's
a
it.
dope exclusive. I'm proud
And
of
he's
myself.
doing well. He's doing well. I'm proud of him. He's doing the Vectors. Different artists come to Uganda, different celebrities, different personalities, like people's weddings. He's really, really killing it. So yeah,
Right.
man.
Cool. That's a journey, man. I've seen Easy Wear too. It's just like Mr. Soyuji. I've seen his work and I'm like, okay, that's how far. Bro, the industry is resourceful. That's how resourceful we are, It's a small
Yeah.
world. All right, cool. Just before we jump into the Kampala Boy album talk and all, recently, let's start with the documentary. I think the other exclusives, the other things, maybe everyone tuned in will ask the questions. So you dropped your documentary, Flex the Kampala Boy.
Yes.
And well, for anyone who's seen you for a long time, we know how close you've been with Navio.
Yes.
And you say he's, I quote unquote, is being like a big brother to me, like a mentor. And then you say he's executive producer on the album.
Yes.
So I don't know how to ask the question at the moment, but talk about your relationship with them.
Just like I said earlier, the same way I've been close with Ethan, from studio, sitting down, listening to music, getting ideas. You're sharing knowledge. Ethan is always up to date with the latest songs, you get? He'll tell you, oh, there's this sound, there's this, Man, the roles in that guy's piano are good, but he should have done this, He's that kind of person. Like, oh, you get. So that's the same thing with Navio. So Navio was listening to the album, not even actually most of the songs, just like 5 songs in, and he would always be like, why don't you get someone to maybe change these drums, maybe change this bass, Mayomed should change the intro, maybe make the chorus, start the song, not your verse, or maybe make the chorus be in the middle and you start by rapping, So that's all the executive production he has been doing with me. But at the same time, when you talk about the relationship, I mean, this is also from like 2011 till now, and like I said in the documentary, the mini documentary, not a really documentary. So from that period up to now, he has stayed constant, That's even beyond a brother. That's like a mentor, It's not just music, it's family at the end of the day. Because it's a lot of stuff I've worked with. Like on his album Strength in Numbers, you can see I'm on 2 songs. That is Banji and Havana Baker. You get beat shows from back in the day. You've seen us performing together when Neo is in the country, when different shows are taking place, Sauti Soul, blah, 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 everything. That's family, you get. So basically, Klear Kut were like mentors to me. And I thank God that they gave me the chance, the opportunity to even work closely with them and become part of the family, you get. So from all those days, from when we used to go to campus shows, before even I was in campus, we used to attend the bazaar. I did not know that I would also come back and perform at those same places as an artist, as Flex myself, I used to attend those places because I'm with these guys. But now also, like a year and a half or something like that after, I came back to perform there myself, you get. When XFM was doing gigs around campuses and things like that, going through different schools, I was blessed to be among the artists performing with Young Molo and Munji, went through KIU, Makere, Moves and things like that. So, but all that foundation comes back, like it all dates back from the guys I was with, the things I was doing. You get, I was like, they gave me the blueprint, they showed me the moves to make and things like that. So it's still like that till now.
I guess I can use a Drake quote. I know you're a fan of Drake. Once in a while, when he's pound cake, he says, "My high school reunion will be easy worth an appearance. I will make sure that everyone comes to."
It wasn't through security clearance, yeah.
All right. I guess that will be relevant for you as well. All the reality came true.
If they open schools.
Dope. So Navio works on the album, giving you ideas, doing the mentorship.
And that's the same way Ethan was on what's it called? Not for Sale, the mixtape. It's the same energy, Just now Ethan's been a little bit busy, but he's still around. Ethan produced in Bikwasagwe. Ethan produced a song with Keko Columbia. Ethan did a nice song called Chisa, but it's not going to feature on this album. Hopefully it will feature on a deluxe version or something like that. But it was actually my favorite. Sad it didn't make it.
Okay, cool. The other person, I'm trying to drive this conversation so that we jump into the album in a way that I want to give proper context by the time we jump into it. Commission is one of the people you've worked closely.
Yes.
From more and on the new album is on what's the track?
Even Not For Sale, he actually did an interlude there. The Man Dem interlude on Not For Sale mixtape is by Commission. Because Epas does the intro of Not For Sale, then Commission does the interlude. Yeah, yeah.
Probably you can, talk about you working with it, because okay, I'm privileged to have listened to the song, but wow, on with him on the album, and I find the chemistry, the ease with which you guys, it seems like you just have so much fun working together.
Yes, Commission is a genius. What can I say? He's a genius. From even when we did More, you can listen to More and you'll notice that it was effortless in studio. You get? We went to Talent Africa, Baru, Sam Lamara, the old Talent African Bugolovi, and we did this song, like, I think we knocked it out in 3 hours. But in those 3 hours, remember the breaks, just talk, guys want to, drink a little bit or things like that. So it was effortless as well and came out very good. So we thank God for that. It did what it did. So with the new song, it's called Jizz. Commission just sent me a hook. He's like, bro, this is the hook I was thinking. I just freestyled it. What do you think? But people might say, oh, your name is mentioned a lot in the chorus. I'm like, no, let's do it. You get? And I played it for some people and the guys were like, this one's good. And not yes, man. These are dancehall fraternity people, So they were like, wow, Commission. No. And Commission has always had that dancehall fire. You've seen it with songs he has done, like with Munji, Big Bumper, songs he did with Cindy, songs he has done for all those collabos, Slick Shot and Roger, blah, blah, blah. He has always kept it pure. Like, he keeps his dancehall pure. You can even bring Luganda lines and all that. But the accent as well, like the way he gives his patois when he's delivering his lyrics, he keeps it like, you feel like you're listening to a popcorn or what, and I'm a fan of popcorn, so I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get my popcorn on my album, I mean, why not get Commission, so yeah, that's the whole relationship with Commission. Like, I just love his vibes, his energy. Yeah, I think that's what I can say about Commission. Yes, Nove? Yeah, Nove is having some issues with his connection.
Nove against.
Yeah. Ask me something, okay?
Let's take over and turn this shit upside down, nigga.
Turn it up.
I gotta behave still.
No, please.
But listen, you said
yes.
You said one of the songs that you like the most isn't making it on the official album.
Yes.
Why is that? What issues do you guys have with finishing that record and whatnot?
First of all, shout out to Body O'Brien. I see you. That's my G. We did a song together.
Yeah. The stars have come out.
So the song Kisa is originally called what's the original song? The original song is called sorry, I can't remember the original song. So Ethan sampled someone's song. It's a pastor. Yeah, one of these famous pastors. Okay. Yeah, he's called Brian Lovega. It's called Wegukubira. That's the name of
the original.
Yes. So the pastor that owns the song at first had agreed for us to like resample it, use it on the album. Even didn't talk about like royalties or things like that, but first we were like, no, we'll give you your royalties from DistroKid and things like that. But later on, I think when he sat down with these people, when we're about to release the album...
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ajo, and you're listening to Nuvie Live Podcast. Hip Hop All Day, Hip Hop Uganda. Hosted by your main man, Nuvie Sean. You can also catch him on nuvielive.org. That's nuvielive.org. So what's up?
Oh, man. Imagine being the host and you happen to be told your gig is done. Anyhow, so, Twitter Spaces is not yet as stable for some of us. And I I happen to have gone off during this conversation, but you are in luck. We continued with the amazing conversation in the next episode. So sit tight, check for the link to part 2 of the Kampala Boy episode right below, and catch you. We had a very amazing conversation in the next episode. Check it out as well. Thank you for tuning in. I am Nuvation, host Nuve Live.
I see you, my G. Yes, Nuve, when you went off, the myth asked me about the song Kisa, the song I'd mentioned that didn't make it to the album. Yet it's something that I said was my favorite. Because I'd also mentioned it to you earlier before you went off, but Myth brought it back, saying, "Oh, let's talk about that," So what I was still telling the listeners earlier on before we went off was that song is owned by a pastor originally. It's called Brian Luvega. So Brian Luvega, his original song is called Nunga. No, it's called Wegukubida. Sorry. So with this song, Wegukubida, Ethan sampled it. You know how Ethan goes Kanye on this beat. So Ethan made a sick sample. Like whoa, like one of the best. So when Ethan does that sample, he gets it to me. I love it. We talk with these people, they agree, everything is good, blah blah blah. Then when the album was about to drop, they changed their minds. They're like, nah, we can't have this out. It's a little bit too early. We'll release this later, but not now. You get. So yeah, they gave us their reasons, and because it wasn't his personal decision, although himself he liked the song and Zanu gave the permission earlier on. The later one were like, no, I think it's too early to release this. So we'll put that on hold. Yeah. So I guess to be on a deluxe version or somewhere else, who knows? Yeah. So
All right. Dope.
by the way, Baru Beats is on. Baru Beats is on. I want to send a shout out to Baru. I already mentioned how Baru produced. Mixed most of some songs on the album, like 4 songs or something. And yeah, they sound very good. So shout out to Baru for making Kampala
Barry
Boy.
shit.
Baru should speak. Let Baru speak.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
so
no, no. No, he's going to abuse me.
yeah, so
Yo, no, no, no. Seriously. So you're saying the pastor refused you guys to have the song. Does that change how not refused but said, hey, let's hold on to it for a minute. Does that change how you release your album? Does it
yes,
make you put in other songs instead of,
yes,
because also that song that you're talking about, does it clash with Mbikwasa Gwe, or is it removed, and then because of the fact that it's removed, then you put in Mbikwasa Gwe? How does that work?
yes. Yes, when he didn't like the idea of the song on the album, or even not even just the album, just for the song to be released currently, we had to definitely add another song. There's a song I felt I didn't really like on the album. I won't mention which song that is, so that you guys are not biased when you're playing the album. But I had to put that just to fill in that gap. Then for Mbekwasa Gwe and this song, no, that doesn't clash at all. Mbekwasa Gwe was more like a prayer to me, like it's more of a personal song in that direction. And then for this song, it was it's a turn up, but at the same time being grateful. Gratitude is a must. If you guys want, maybe I'll play that. But the myth had told me sound is not good when it comes to spaces. I would have sampled you guys, but yeah, next time.
Yeah, no, Spaces, the sound is not the best, but then also we want to hear you know what I'm saying. We want to hear. You have given us Mbikwasa Gwe, you've given us
Mm,
Yazariko and
mm,
Level Up. So if we're hearing the album, it doesn't have. It's not like a 15-track album. You want us to
yes,
hear some songs and be like, God damn, that's
that
fire.
was hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But let me ask, on one of your songs you feature Keko.
Yes.
Um Keko is like the most elusive. Like how you I know me and you, I know me hanging out with you or being around you, I know your relationship
Yes.
with Keko is very close.
Yes.
Um but then how do you when do you get the song with Keko? Because the last time I was with you and Keko was when we went to Fort Portal together.
True. 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 Yeah.
So I don't know, is this song recorded during that period, or does the idea come up during that period, or when does that come up, and how is it that you while everyone else doesn't manage to get in touch with Keko, you
Yes.
always manage to get in touch with these people? Like hip hop guys don't there are not many hip hop guys who have an APAS collaboration, but
Yes.
you have him doing your intro for your you have him doing your intro for your mixtape. You have him doing this a feature on this album. You have Commission doing an interlude the other side. Like how is it that you manage to get these collaborations with all these various artists from different genres? But most
Yes.
especially, please just talk on the Keko collaboration.
Yeah. The Keko collab was also pure energy. She loved Yenzaliko. She listened to Yenzaliko and was like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Mio." She's like, "Who's Mio made?" So she's like, "Let's hit him up. Let's see what we can do with Mio." So we met up with Mio in his studio. Back then, when Mio had not yet gone to Icon Studios, he was still working at in Luzirds.
Oh, okay.
Pure energy. We have pure energy. Nothing forced. Nothing planned. We left with the song in less than 2 hours, 3 hours. The rest of the time in the studio is just repeating to play the song. You know how the song just keeps playing like non-stop
Wait,
when you finish
yeah. So
recording.
so wait. So you and her, you have to take this slow. You have to explain it to people. You and
Yeah.
her, he made a beat from scratch, and you guys wrote the
Yes.
chorus and your verses. Or did he make the beat from scratch and you guys wrote the chorus? Then you went home
No,
and then
no,
came
no,
back.
no. Not at
Yeah,
all.
explain that.
Everything,
Explain that.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, everything was done in studio. Mio
Okay.
made the beat. Yeah, Mio made the beat from studio, and
Huh.
then we recorded. So now, how it comes back to be Ethan's beat, like how I mentioned that Ethan produced the song, is that
Yeah.
Mio lost the files to that song.
Okay.
You get? So we had to repeat this song again in 2018, but we had the demo of the song. Actually, not 2018, 2019. So we had the demo
Wait.
of the song.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Yes.
Wait. So when does the song go missing?
We
The,
recorded this in
the
2018.
Mio version
Yes. So Mio loses the files.
in 2018.
Yes, but we had the demo. So we re-recorded our parts in 2019.
Keko was in town in 2019.
Nope, she wasn't. We were just
Okay.
communicating, and that's how even we did the
Uh,
video. That's how we also discussed about shooting the videos and stuff like
wait,
that.
the song has a video.
We actually lost that as well, but we think we will do. We are going to release it. We think we know where the footage is. Don't mind that. You get, because I shot
What?
my parts in Dubai.
Yes, I,
Yes,
I
there was.
remember. I remember the Dubai
Yes.
because you came back with
So
Level Up
yes.
and
So I also saw
Nkola.
yes, and Keko and Keko's part. She also shot some things on her end. You get, so
Okay.
had disk issues, things like that. But we know
Yes.
what that's going to happen. Yeah.
Who has stolen these hard disks?
Sh-
Is it
shout out,
Maru?
shout out to Flex for having a Keko feature when everyone was trying to get one, because the last time Keko was easily accessible was Mvuka Cipher.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted. That's actually why I wanted him to explain it to us. Like, how is it that, and he hasn't explained it to us. He said, "Oh, we were," but then how is it that you Flex? How
Yes.
is it that you still manage to contact these people and they still come out for you? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like how is it that you contact Akeko and she still comes out and says, "Okay, cool. let me give you a verse. Even if I'm leaving for Canada, let me give you a verse. Even if even if she's in Canada, she still manages to re-record. How is it that happens for you?
Katonda is involved, first of all, and
Shut up, man.
big facts. But yeah, for real,
Okay,
I think maybe the relationship you have with someone, I think, is what will determine that, like, what someone will, the way maybe you guys vibe, the energy originally. Like,
Yeah.
you asked me about Epas and commission and things like that, like how I've been with Epas for all these years. He's always working with me for these years and things like that. I think it's because also of the chemistry, the energy, like that natural thing, you know, like it's not forced, it's not this. Epas will change a number and I'll still get his number, you know. You get that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
like
Yes, so I think
when
it's
you say commission,
yes, yes.
I posted on my Instagram. I posted your album cover and track list. I haven't talked to commission in 2-3 years.
Wow.
Right, 2-3 years.
Yes.
We haven't
Yeah.
talked. Yeah, we'll see each other. We'll be like, yo, but we haven't really talked.
Yes.
But in 2-3 years, I post your thing. He's on my Instagram, and today is the only day he comments. Twice. So
Yeah.
I think the pride that people have when it comes to working with you is also something that we should actually pay attention to, because it's not many times people have people who they work with, and you and I were always together, but I don't see
Yes.
commission in our faces,
Yes,
you
that's
know.
true.
But I think he values what you bring to him, and you know, you clearly value what he brings to the table.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs to Chris. I see you.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, so now this album comes out on Friday. It's your first album. You had Not for Sale, which was a mixtape.
Yes.
The album drops on Friday. What is the album saying? Because I know in your documentary you said you're talking, it's your emotions, the highs, the lows, and all that. But I know Flex is not going to get deep like that. Is
Wow.
he? Is he?
To laugh.
Because I haven't heard the album. You know, you
Yeah.
haven't played me the album, bro.
Yeah.
The last time we hang out together in Kabira, we spent the night there, but you didn't play me the album. You played other
Uh,
songs that are not on the album.
no.
You know? Yeah.
Stone Age is dying. Yeah.
No, I swear, yo, Nuve, Flex has like 500 songs that come out
sure.
after the album.
Mm.
uh,
And I think he's going to give us 3 deluxes of Kampala Boy.
You know, he has 500 songs that come out after the album. So that's why I'm curious.
yes.
Let's let him answer.
Yes, about the album, you say the highs, the lows, and all that. Of course, I have turn up songs, man. You know, I mean, we have to turn up as well, but it's a different direction from like the intro. After the intro, the second song is Cheptegei, which we tried to sample earlier on with Fik Fameica, Navio, Mozilla Kids. And like I mentioned, it's just giving Cheptegei his flowers at the moment, like when he's still alive, I mean. But at the same time, also, it's a song that's highlighting winning, you know. People can use this song whenever they're winning. Anytime I want, like the phrase can become like, I'm Cheptegei, you know, you're winning. We did this song before Cheptegei had won all these other medals, the Olympics and things like that. I recorded this in
Yeah,
2018
that's true.
after his first win. After his
Yes,
first
that's
win.
true. That's
So, yeah, so it's something in that direction. Then also the other song with Epas, it's called Not My Friends. This is a song that talks about them being not your friends. I mean, you get. I thought Epas was going to give me a turn up song, like, oh man, the usual Epas,
true. Yeah,
girls whining and things like that. But Epas gave me an inspirational song. You get, so
yeah,
not inspirational in that way, but yeah,
yeah.
message you get, yeah. So something with impact. So
Quickly,
and you can
hold on,
listen to the
wait a minute,
lyrics. Yes,
wait a minute, one
yes.
second. How do you get Fik Fameica on a song?
Fik Fameica Collabo is actually something that we had ever talked in, I think, 2019, but didn't get to record anything. You get?
Okay.
And then we just keep meeting in the bar, just holler at each other. That's it. No big conversations going on, nothing like that. So I hit up his friend, Mozilla. So I hit up Mozilla. I'm like, yo, bro, Fik's number is off. First, give me Fik's new number. So he gives me Fik's new number. Fik is like, send the song. So I sent him the song with only Navio's verse. So when they listened to Navio's verse, they were like, whoa, you guy, let's do this. Let's do this. The next morning I wake up, verses have been sent to me by email. The same Toniks scenario I told you earlier on
Yes,
when we're
yes.
discussing in the first space that went off. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, wow, this is
Does
crazy.
that bother you? Because I've been in studio with you. I've been in studio with you when you hear a beat and the energy you have when you hear beats and you create. Like remember on my birthday you created like 5 choruses on one beat. So does
Yes.
that bother you when someone sends a chorus, sorry, verses in versus you being with them in the studio? Which one do you like best?
I don't mind any. If the verse is hot, if the chorus is hot, once I've emailed it or I'm with you, I think the
Yeah.
energy will be the same. Yeah. Because it's like the song we did with Navio, Banji. Navio wasn't
Yes.
in the country when we did Banji.
Yes. Absolutely.
You
That's
know?
true.
Yeah. We just emailed him Banji. He listened to it and
Yeah.
was like, whoa, this is fire. He came to Uganda,
Yeah.
did this verse, and boom, shot a video, and that was a classic. You get? So I don't
Yeah.
think it matters whether studio or they email you. Yeah.
No, because
And
why I asked that is because the energy that you have,
I
you
know.
know,
I
like
get what, yeah,
how
yeah,
how
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
how you like create. It's
To
like
interact.
yes, yeah,
Yeah. Of course, I'll prefer actually to interact because if we're together in studio, we're going to discuss other things. There's when the music is just playing and we're just vibing. You know, I did a song with Toniks on New Year. New
yeah,
Year's
yes, yes,
of
yes,
is it? Yeah, I think New Year's of this year,
yes.
2021.
2019 into 2020, no, 2020 into 2021. Yes,
Oh yeah, I think
I have the
before
videos.
COVID. Yeah, you
Yes, I
get.
have the videos.
So
I have the
you
videos.
remember how we did that song at Talent Africa? Everything was
Yes,
vibes, everything is energy, blah blah blah. So I really like that energy at times, the interaction and the
yeah.
chemistry. Yeah, I think I really prefer that as well. Although I don't mind the emails, if it's fire, it's fire.
If it's fine, it's fine. Are there any your international flex? Are there any international collaborations or are there any international tours? For the new year, are there any international tours? Because I know you're rushing to finish this thing this year. So are
Yes.
you planning for your 2022 with the album? What's going on with that on the international side?
First of all, I think I might head to Kenya next week for the
Okay.
Hennessy event. Yes.
Nice.
Then after the Hennessy event, we might do something in Tanzania for New Year's.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's I think what we're thinking at the moment. Something because
Mm.
there's a show in Tanzania, and we're still in talks with that. For that, I mean, and then also Kenya might be next week actually on Friday. So that's what I think is on the table at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to the international front. But for collabos on the album, time round I did mostly with my fellow Ugandans.
Mm.
So the deluxe version maybe is where we can spread out and do other things. But this one were purely maybe just the intro, which was just a drop from Swae Lee, you know. You have to shake
Yeah.
up things as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you
Um,
have you have uh you have the song with the pastor that didn't make it. But can you
Yes.
tell us about any other songs? You know, any other songs that should have been on the album that didn't make it? Is it possible to tell us anything
Yes.
like that?
Yes.
What,
Actually,
what else?
I was supposed to do something with Timothy Cord.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah. Baru made the beat. Actually, Baru's just gone off right now. But Baru
Got
made a beat.
Green Barrel.
Yeah, Baru made a beat that he sent to me, but it was really late. If we're looking at pre-order, pre-saves, and things like that,
Mm,
yeah, it was kind of late. But that song was supposed to have Timothy Cord on it. It was a drill beat. I think that's the only thing
Oh,
that I feel I missed for the album. That's what I feel I
so how?
missed.
So what do you do with that? What do you do with that type of song? Also, drill is like it's a moment type of genre. Like I'm a piano is such a. I mean, I'm a piano might go on for 2 years or whatever, but it feels like a moment type of genre. So what happens with those with that? Do you release it as soon as the album is done and people are enjoying it, then you release it? How do you release like something like that, like a drill type of song? How do you release that?
I think the energy has to be ready for it. Like you've said, it's a moment kind of song. So if the
Yeah.
energy is right, when we release the album and we're already doing promos for it or pushing it here and there, I think it will be right to also release the drill song in the process of that. Like when the album is still moving, we release that. I think. Yeah, of course, Taka is really a good rapper.
Or is Taka was Taka on it?
Yes, Taka is on it. Baru is here. I see you, Baru. Baru, we just been
Wait,
talking about the beat you gave me.
wait. The song was with Taka and Code, or just wait?
Yeah, Taka and Chord.
You were going to
It's,
have a song with Taka and Code?
it's
Yeah.
a Sayuji.
Yo,
Uh, Allow me
did they
also
know?
express my
No, they didn't.
excitement.
But yeah, we said it here. They didn't, but
Um,
tomorrow they will know, I guess.
No, let's keep it
uh,
between us, guys.
Flex,
Everyone in
Flex.
here. I'm
Yeah.
seeing you, Saba. I'm seeing you. Who is this one?
Priscilla,
Muyanja. I'm seeing
Mr. Chai
you,
himself,
Rufin. Everyone, just keep it between us. Let's please get this
Mr. Oscar
damn
Ntege.
collab.
Shout outs.
Oscar, of
Shout
course.
outs.
Come on, man.
Shout outs, my big brother.
So,
let's make sure this thing happens.
shout outs to everyone who's tuned in. I just wanted to comment on what you were talking about, Flex having, Taka and Code like on the same song. Of course, you've made it clear, like they are not aware, but
They
I,
didn't know, okay?
I, they did. Well, just something about like your how Flex moves for the people listening. I think Flex is a cool guy. He knows how to find his way around almost everything. I don't know. I'm just thinking it's humbling seeing how he has navigated the industry. So Flex, for me, those are my props for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, cool. And then you mentioned Swae Lee. How do you get Swae Lee on for the intro?
I think that is, which year was that? 2018? Yes. I linked up with Swae Lee, just told him, hey, I'm releasing an album. I thought I was going to drop it in 2019. Didn't release it at that time because you've seen me talk about Kampala Boy for quite a while, yeah. So we told him, I was like, actually, I talked to him. He's like, yeah, cool. The manager's like, yeah, you guys go crazy, knock yourselves out. Let him give you the drop. And he's like, cool, let's do this. He's like, it's your boy Swahili, blah, blah, blah. And that's how the drop came about. So recently, when we were going to release the album, we asked them, can we use it for the album? And they were like, yeah, cool. I mean, it's not a song. You're just using a voice. And if it's helping you, go ahead. So that's how it came about.
Bruh.
Yes.
So Swae Lee is featured on the album. We don't care whether it's a
Flex
song or not.
Manyoku, yeah.
It's
The
a
guys were
national
like,
flex.
his manager is called Mego the Plug. If you check him out on Instagram, that's his name. Mego the Plug, that's his manager. He's only moves with everywhere in different countries and stuff like that. So they had no issue with that. So, because at first I was like, are we going to use it as a skit? Are we going to just put it on a song? Disguise it so they don't block it when we post the album. They were like, nah, it's just an intro. You mean just go crazy?
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I feel like it's easy for you to secure collaboration. How do you do it?
No, not at all. Not at all. There are many collabs I want that I don't think I've gotten. Yeah? There are very many. Yeah, I just thank God that at least I've gotten some of the people I look up to. If I work with someone like Keko, even if she's a friend, like I look up to her when it comes to hip hop. Someone like Fik Fameica is big when it comes to hip hop and generally in Uganda on the commercial market. Someone like A Pass, of course, you get. So people working with these people is not like something I take for granted. Even if we're friends, I take it as something serious. I see it as a blessing at the end of the day. Even the painting itself was done by Hatimax. I mean, this is one of the best painters that I know, like
Oh,
in the world. I can't say Uganda, the
mm,
world. So for him to make that canvas for us, it's special itself. You get. He
okay,
made this canvas for 2 years. You
mm.
get. So that's a
Let's
blessing. I
talk
don't
about
take that for granted.
that process. I know the documentary is out and it sort of breaks. What was like, going on in your mind choosing to have, this juxtaposition of you. I know I wrote about the meaning of the
Yes.
cover art, but to you, what is on your mind at this point where you are like, I need to have the grown version of myself and the actual boy. But I think you're around 12. I don't know. You tell me the other version of you that is
Yes.
young. Yeah.
I think actually, I didn't come up with the concept of it. All the credit goes to Hatimax himself. He's the one who came up with the concept of make a bigger flex and make a smaller flex for the painting. He's the one who thought of this, not me. You get. He's the one who's
Oh,
like, yes. My thought we're going to just make an ordinary painting, just have flex there, write Kampala Boy, and we're done. That's what I thought. But for him to come up with the idea of just get a big flex, then a younger version of you, 8 year old, then add Kampala, add this thing. And he kept thinking of more things, like the 1,000 knot, the Lukumi that's in the background. He just thought of it towards the end when the painting was almost done. So I give him like all the flowers for that. He's the one who came up with all that. It wasn't like my end. I'm like, oh, do this. No. No, I was like, just get flex, right? Kampala Boy, put some borders and taxis, and we're done. So he's the one who thought of all that.
which of the songs on the album is your favorite?
At the moment, originally, my best was what I told you, the one that didn't make it on the album. That was
Lisa.
Chisa. Yes, that didn't make it on the album. That was my favorite song at that time. Uh, but at the moment, I think I like the song with Lagom. I like the song with Lagom. I love his sound. It's called Loose Driver. I like that. Of course, I like the Kwasagwe. And which other song? There's a lot of. Okay, maybe the song with Nassim as well, because it's an experiment for me. I like that. So, yeah, I think those are the ones that I can think of right now.
Oh, all right. I wanted to think. Let me rephrase that. I would think Yenzali Core remix would be your favorite because you've done a remix with the song.
Yeah. Speaking of that remix, actually, as well, um, another exclusive for the Myth. Let me give the Myth another exclusive. Um,
Mm.
the Yenzaliko remix was originally supposed to have Benny Black as well.
Say what?
Blizzak. Yep.
Blizzard. Yes, yes.
Yes, it was. But the producer delayed to mix his vocals, and yeah, things happened. We released it like that, and it's also a good remix the way it is because it's an EDM version. Shout outs to
Mm.
Baru, he's listening right now. He's the one who made the new version. He's the one who mixed and mastered that. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
sorry. What did you say? What happened? The remix? What's going on with the remix?
Yenzali
Yenzaliko,
Core.
the EDM remix,
Yes.
was supposed to have Blizzak. It was supposed to have Blizzak,
Ooh.
but the producers delayed to mix things, this and that.
The producer was
All,
Baru.
No. Burrow just did mixing and mastering. Burrow didn't do anything.
I wanted to abuse it.
Yeah, he didn't.
We shall not. We
Yeah.
shall. Let's
So
say
that
you have
delayed and Burrow. I just told Burrow to mix that.
I
Hey Flex, there's a song I asked you about that you were supposed to do and release. Where's that song?
I know the song is saying. That is the Flex remix. Yes.
Yes, yes.
That's coming on the deluxe version.
shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out
This thing is going to say everything is on the deluxe
see,
version.
I see Wade hip hop Solomon Basuta. Shout out to you.
Yeah, hold on. How does Wade get on your album to have an interlude? How does that happen? There's a Wade interlude, right?
No, I'm actually on Wed's album.
He's on
I'm on Wed's
Wade's
album.
album.
Okay, so what is he doing on your album? If I'm not mistaken, he's on your album, yes?
No. I'm on
Not yet.
his. Yes. I was on Wed's Unsung Hero. Yes.
Oh no, no, wait, not Wade. Wake, a poem by Wake.
Oh, you're saying Wake. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
my
yeah.
my apologies, my apologies. Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, Wake is Wake. Like, he's one of the
What?
best to do what he's doing.
Explain
Yeah.
that
Yeah. No, I'm saying like he's one of the best like to do what he's
poet.
doing. No,
Oh,
like he's good when he's a good rapper. He's a good composer. He's a good lyricist. He listens. He understands. Like he creates. He's a real creative. So how it comes to get onto the album is I was inspired by an album of someone who's also here listening somehow. Yeah. Anyway, the Myth's album. The Myth had spoken word poetry and things like
Oh,
that. And yet, yeah, and yet at the same time, I'd always wanted to get something with spoken word. So I was like, oh, actually, the Myth pulled that off very well. And I've always wanted to do that for an album. So who's the best person to do that? Wake, you
Maritza?
know?
Oh no. Yeah.
Wake. And Wake killed it. No, Maritza is good at 100%. She killed it on your album. But yeah,
Yeah.
Wake did well. I just gave him what I was thinking. Like we exchanged ideas together, sat down, like we planned like different things together. That I think Kampala is like this. To me, Kampala is like this. Even him is like to me. I think also Kampala is like this. So we exchanged ideas, had the script, revised it. Both of us edited it, and that's how the poem comes about. And it's really beautiful. That's how it. Yeah.
right.
Nice. Nice.
So the album drops this Friday. It's 14 tracks.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yes.
Do you
You are
plan to
saying?
do some sort of event or something?
That's been the idea originally. To have an event, but we're thinking we can't release it, have the event this Friday, although I would have loved to have it this Friday. Um, some people in the team were thinking it's better to have it after. You get not just like a listening party, but to have a celebration kind of thing, not a listening party. So that's what we're thinking as well. Yeah.
So like an invite or
Yeah,
invite
it will be
only.
just invite only plus minus invite only everyone who's like if you know you're my guy, I mean just come and pass by those doors, knock them down. There's nothing like VIPs or what, like it's freestyle. Yeah.
Hey Flex,
Yes, boss.
do you feel like there's any pressure? You call yourself the leader of the new school. The album is called the Kampala Boy. You have this art piece that's your album cover. Not even it's a great grand art piece that's your album cover. You have this documentary. You have this Rapperholics brand. You know what I'm saying? You have Swae Lee on the project. You have his drops. He's talking about you and your album. You have Savara from Sauti Soul. You have a homie from Morgan Heritage. You have all this. Do you feel like there's pressure for you? If people sit down and listen to your album, do you feel like it's pressure for you to deliver?
Truth is, yeah, just between us, I mean, truth is, yeah, there's a little bit of pressure. When I was doing some of the last songs, I was like, man, these ones I was just rapping, like the song with Keko, um, Cheptegei, it's the usual flex, But
Mm.
the last songs, I was like, I have to make this perfect. I have to really get in there. I want to also become a fan, like to listen to them as if I'm listening to something that I want to listen to as well. Like as if I'm
Yeah,
listening to someone else's project. So some of those songs were a bit tricky. Like the song with Lagum,
yeah.
I I ended up just writing it in studio, but I felt I should have gone with it home, felt it more, like had it longer basically. I felt like
But
if I
why?
had it like maybe
But
for a
why
day or
didn't
two,
you? Was there pressure for
I
you to
couldn't.
have it?
No, I
Mm.
couldn't because of with this whole new thing
Time.
going on, pre-orders and pre-saves, you have to send in
Mm.
songs 2 weeks before and things like that. And I
Mm.
recorded this song before I left for Fort. Yet the pre-order was
Ah,
going to
okay,
happen.
bet.
Yet the pre-order was happening that Friday. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
record it and even send it for mixing and mastering that same period. Actually, Baru hoped to do the other levels when we met in Fort to reduce some levels and things like that. So those last songs, there was a little bit of pressure, but we had to go in,
Yeah.
So
So do you feel like when someone is done with track number 14, the song is done, the album is done, do you feel like they will be satisfied with what you have given them?
beyond satisfied.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think. And
Nice.
also the diversity in the
Yeah.
songs, because there's hip hop, there's trap,
Lagoom just
like
checked in. What up, Lagoom?
there's all sorts of different sounds. Oh, shout
Yeah.
out to Lagoma. Just been talking about the song right now. How crazy is that?
Craziest thing, we need to give Lagoom a mic because I need to ask
Lagom, Lagom, please tap
of
in.
sensible invites. Because I need to ask you and Lagoom, your styles are completely different. Like
Yeah.
Lagoom is like, like how I hear it, Flex. You're very outdoorsy. You're into the clubs. You're into these vibes and all that type of stuff. You like to do your thing, but and you like to turn up. And Lagoom, he might have that, but then he's very also in tune with the emotions and all that type of stuff. So Lagoom, me asking you how was it? Because if I know Lagoom, he probably produced the song.
Yes, he did.
you know.
He did.
So Lagoom, how do you create a song for you and your style with Flex and his style? How does that happen? And for
Dudes.
you, Flex, how does that work? But yeah, Lagoom, let's go.
Well, go on, man. How's it going? How's it going?
Come
I
on,
mean,
man.
when Flex hit me up about doing this, he just pretty much said,
Yeah.
"Yo, I want this. I want us to do something that's very much molded around your style and what you do,
Yeah.
and just express the way you normally do." And he was like,
Mm.
"Yo, make the beat as well." And I was just like, you know what? Fine, let's do this. So I think I made like 2 ideas, and I sent them to him, and he chose the one that he fucked with the most. But it was a fun experience. Not gonna lie, like we didn't really meet up in studio to do this. We just kind of did it from where we could. I did it from my
Mm.
home studio. I think
Yeah.
Flex did it at Talent Africa. I'm not sure. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I think we've created something really dope. Very it's got rap elements to it. It's got some Afro elements to it. It's got some hip hop elements to it. R&B. It's a dope fusion
Yeah.
of sounds. I'm looking forward to people listening to it, man.
To hear, yeah, hearing the feedback. I
Yeah.
was asking Flex earlier if he feels like the recordings should have been done in the same room because I know how he operates when he's in the same room. But then Laguma, I know you like to create and then send off stuff
Yeah,
or you know what I'm saying, like or just talk to people and then get a feel and
yeah.
you know. So how do those two styles work when you're making an album song? Because we can do that every day on songs that are just for just. But if it's an album song, it's so important. how do you guys two styles work when you're doing stuff like that?
Uh, I don't know, Flex. You want to go first?
Uh, Lagom, you can go first.
Okay, so I I I get what you're saying in terms of, because these are very different ways of creating music. This is
Creating,
one
yeah,
where
yeah,
people need to be in the room together, and then one where it's kind of just bouncing off ideas online and stuff. And I'm
mm,
pretty okay with doing both. But I think the reason it worked really well here is because I kind of just understood what he wanted from the song. He was
yeah.
pretty clear. Like when he called me, he was pretty clear about what he wanted from the song and what he wanted me to just
Flex,
put
take
in.
your mic off. Flex, take your mic off.
Sorry, shit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
Lagom,
he's
your
so yeah, he was pretty straightforward about what he wanted, and when someone's straightforward in that way, it's pretty easy for me to create an idea that they'll like.
Yeah,
And it helped that he just kind of gave me free creative reign, and we just said, you know what, we'll start with the beat, and I'll create like a hook, an idea, and we'll go from there. And we kind of just created something that blends together really well.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I mean, it's a different way of working this way, like when you send stuff back and forth. But I mean, this is how I've been working for the last year and a half
yeah,
because of
yeah.
COVID.
The pandemic, yeah,
Yeah, um, and which is fine. But I do also really like meeting with people in the studio and actually coming
mm.
up with something together. That's also a really nice experience. Um, but hey, I fuck with both.
nice. Flex, your turn.
Yeah. I think for me, when I listen to first of all Lagum's albums to start with, I
Yeah,
already knew that I had to drop something with Lagum. You
yeah,
get? I already knew that. Um, I asked what's his name, Kwezi. I was like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah,
Kwezi, you always listen. Yeah, you're always listening to Lagum songs. Whenever I'm working with Kwezi, he's playing Lagum songs, and I'm like,
yeah.
because
We
I
have
have
to fire.
Lagum.
We have to fire Kwezi because he doesn't play
No,
our shit.
no, Quez is
Just
Lagom's
fucking-
number one fan, I think.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
rightfully
So
too.
yes. So at the same time I tell Crazy, I have this guy's songs on my iTunes and I love listening to his
Yeah,
vibes
yeah,
and everything, but we've never really worked. So I told Crazy when I'm doing Kampala Boy, I'm definitely going to hit him up. So he released Reza. That's
yeah,
crazy. Like
yeah,
that's one of like Uganda's best albums out. Not just this
yeah,
year, but in hip hop in general. Like hands
yeah.
down. So the vibes, the calmness in his like songs. So when I listened to that, I was like, you know what, bro, it's go time. So when I called Lagom, we discussed. I told him what I was also expecting from the collabo. He told me what direction he looks, things like that. We discussed about many things, and yeah, we're here, Kampala Boy.
Is it, are we looking? Are we looking at that song? Because I like the idea. I like the idea of you two guys. Because like I said, it's completely different styles, different approaches. But then, do we see you guys maybe doing more music together, or do we see you guys even this song that you have? Do we see you guys putting it on visual and allowing people to experience that? Because the videos go further. Do we see you guys doing that and let people enjoy that even more? What happens with this song?
Yeah, 100%. I think this is a single. If I'm
Oh,
talking about
nice, nice,
if I'm talking about lead singles, this is a single. You get? It's
nice.
not an album song, and I also don't believe in the thing of people saying you have songs for the album. Like, why
Yeah,
don't the songs on the album all work out? So
yeah,
when I was recording this album, I wasn't looking at some songs to be just songs for the album. I looked at the
yeah.
songs to be songs to be out there. You get? So this is definitely one of those.
Okay, that's going to be nice for the people to indulge. That's going to be
Yeah,
one
it's
of
a
those.
feel good. Yeah, it's a feel good song. Mellow, kind of. The vibe is calm, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I know people would love.
Right.
Uh, Nuve had asked you earlier. Nuve, before I even write out, Nuve had asked you earlier. which song is your favorite, and you were like, this one, this one, this one, this one. But I want to ask you, like, which song is your favorite and why? Like the why. Why is this song your favorite?
Like I have
Why
to
is
pick
that?
one.
Because you said even the song with Lagoom is one of your favorites. But I'm saying out of, because I think you mentioned four. Out of the four that you mentioned, why are they your favorites?
Yeah, because I mentioned before Sagwe, the song with
Yes.
A-Pass,
Yes.
uh, of course, the collab with Lagom, Fik Fameica.
Yeah.
I
So
think if I'm
those
pick
four, why
one,
individually? No, just out of
yeah,
those four, all of them, those four. Tell me why
yes,
those four are your favorite. Like, if you're talking about your album and you want people to talk about your skill as a rapper and all
yes.
that, why those four?
I think first of all, Mbikwa Sagwe, for
Uh,
that one is like the reason I told you it's a personal song to me. It was more like a prayer, and
yes,
China Skies did justice to the chorus. You know,
absolutely.
yes. Then the song with Lagom is because I'm also experiencing different energy on the album. You know, like to me, it's not even an experiment as such, but
Mm,
you know, it's new. I'm in new territories basically, like in new sounds. You know,
yeah,
so I love the way Lagom executed that. The energy, his chorus is crazy. You know, so it's
yeah,
good for me to be on such songs like the energy. You know, the new energy, the
mm,
hunger. Then
mm.
which other song did I mention? Actually, the song with Epas,
Yes.
not my friends, not my friends, because I sent Epas the instrumental, expecting Epas to send me these party songs, and instead he
Yeah,
sent me a
to be
song that
getting
has
your song.
message. You know,
Yeah,
instead he gave me back a song that has a message and it's something with impact. You know, that's called Not My Friends, and the song it's dancehall, it's for the club, it's heavy, everything, but the message is different. So that's also, yeah, one of the reasons I love those. Then Cheptegei, because of the
yeah,
message as well. Yeah, the message in Cheptegei. Yeah,
yeah. All right.
winning. You know. Yeah. Then
Yeah,
Keko is
mate.
because I mean, Keko is Keko.
Come
Guys.
on, man.
Yeah.
That's the only song aside from like this the lead singles. That's the only song I've heard off the album. And you know me, I don't like listen. I don't like listening to albums until it's complete, until the project is done. I don't want to touch anyone's album. I don't want to hear it. You're always
Yes.
asking me, and I'm like, I don't touch it. you know, so so hearing that song with Keko, I'm excited because I've heard it 3 times, I think.
Yes.
And I think that's the track bangs hard. But now I'm also excited to hear these other songs. And
Yeah.
just to hear them and just to experience them. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the song with
yeah,
Keko
man.
bangs 100%. Bangs
Yeah,
100%.
that thing knocks, bro. Who
Her
produced that?
energy.
Mio and Ethan.
Mio. Yeah, Mio did the first, then Ethan did the
Yeah,
redo.
that song
Yeah.
rock, bro.
Yeah. Ethan's
Mm,
crazy. He's a
bro.
genius.
That's it from me, man. Congratulations, brother.
Blessings.
You
It's
know the
about
vibes.
time.
Yeah, yeah. I won't tease you anymore. The album is here.
Thank you, thank you,
Congrats.
thank you,
Oh, I have
thank you.
one question, one last question.
Okay.
Shoot.
What happened to the beat produced by Chapat?
Oh, I see Chapat is here actually right now. Shout out
I've seen
Chapat.
it, that's why I asked it.
Timing, but it's coming, Chapat. It came in the same period with the album. Remember, we're running up and down, blah blah blah. But that song has to drop 100%, 100%, 100%. Yes, Chapat. Chapat's laughing, but yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I'm done with the questions, bro. That's it. Congrats, bro.
Yes, Nove.
Friday,
Yes,
we're
Nove.
ready. Friday, we're ready.
Yes, Nove.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Yeah.
question should have come earlier, but I can ask it now.
Okay.
When did like the Kampala Boy idea pop up or hit you? Because the myth tried to uh, hint on your transitions. When you first came out, you were a fresh prince of Class City, right?
Mm.
And then we got to hear you're the new school leader, and then you transitioned into Kampala Boy. if I'm not mistaken, 2011, that is Fresh Prince of Glass City. Then around 2013, 12, like New School Leader. And then um, from 2016 onwards, I at least if I check my records well, that's when you started saying a lot of Kampala Boy and you dropped these other titles. When was the shift and when does the idea hit you?
I think actually it was 2012, not even 2016. From 2012, I was mentioning that in my drops because I'll be like, yes, I it's your boy Flexi Paper, aka the Fresh Prince of Class City, Kampala Boy. Like I would always do that when I'm doing drops for like stations or DJs, things like that. So I would just say that because already the Fresh Prince of Class City you get. So the whole idea of Kampala, then I was like, you know what, then let me just call myself the Kampala Boy and yeah, and representing for the city. Then later on, because back then, to be honest, it wasn't so deep like that. Then later on, I decided to basically also real represent like what I'm saying, you know. Yes.
Yeah.
Nove.
So on Vuga Kampala, I think remix, you
Yes.
say album Yange Eriko. Finally, the album is out
Yeah.
Friday.
Voga Kampala remix actually, yes. I should have surprised Teva and all the other
Mm.
artists who won that one. Yes, and in that song, because Price Teva is talking about Voga Kampala, you know, representing Kampala. So when he hit me up with Barrow Beats, to do that. Barrow Beats produced that song. When he hit me up to jump on that, I definitely wanted to put the word Kampala Boy out there more. So I took that as an opportunity to make it more pronounced at that time. So that's why I start my verse with Kampala Boy, Kampala Boy, Kampala Boy, Yani. You get so. And then also the song we did with J Watts, you get Hala Hala remix. Had to also push the same thing. So yeah, and kept that like going on. Actually, those are the songs which I did. The first songs I did where I was doing Luganda and English. From those songs coming up, like up to now, you will always listen to most of my verses. There's Luganda, English, you know. Okay, nowadays some little bit of Swahili. But yeah,
And it's a conscious decision, isn't it?
yes, it is, 100%. And I love what
Right.
it is. Like, I love the way the songs come out like that.
And you try to hint on how you came up with Banji. It makes sense now.
Yes.
Right.
Shout outs to
This
Mayo Made for that one.
this next question is not even related to the music, but maybe you answering it says something, right? So
Okay.
while in Kampala, and you're probably hungry, Rolex or Chicomando?
I think a Rolex.
Right.
Rolex. Yeah. Because it's quicker, right?
Yeah, it's easier, quicker, and to have.
Mm.
All right, I think we are about to close this. If there is any question from anyone who's tuned in, though I would like to hear something from Baru. Baru, would you say something?
Fuck, bro.
Barrow, come and say something. I love Barrow.
Right.
Barrow.
For for anyone tuned in, if you would like to ask Flex a few questions, I think on our end we've exhausted them. On our end, shout out to Lagoon. I'm still looking for you to have you on to the podcast. Kindly respond to my 2016 Facebook inbox. I don't know if you use Facebook anymore.
Ah, bro.
Really?
We send via email to his management. What's wrong with you, man? Can you behave? What's wrong with this guy?
The Miss,
No, no,
the
Must be
Miss.
email, bro. Must be
Uh,
email.
dope,
I'm here.
No,
dope,
Facebook I
dope.
left a long time ago.
Kampala boy, Kampala boy.
Hey, what's a Kampala boy talk without some humor, bro?
I usually call Flex the number one hustler, microphone controller. He knows why.
My dear Barrow.
All right.
Hello?
Baru, speak. What's up? Flex, we hear you.
No, Baru?
Baru is silent, thank God. Because what was that intro?
Yo,
Yes, Baru.
what up,
Talk
man?
that talk.
Why are you hating on me, man? It's a miss, man.
Baru,
uh,
Baru, you were supposed to have sent me a beat 5 weeks ago, bro.
my schedule has been fucked up, man.
Shut up, man. You see?
I swear to God.
You've been
Uh,
posting. You've been posting how you're making so much money you can quit tomorrow.
I can quit today, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
love it,
why
love
quit?
it.
Yeah, Flex, man, congratulations. We've been waiting
Thanks,
for this
G.
album for too
Thanks,
long, man.
G. And thanks
It's
for
about it's about
thanks,
time.
G. Thanks a lot, my G.
Yeah,
And thanks for being part of the process, man.
yeah. I'm glad. We started this thing together.
100%, bro. 100%. And now we're here.
Eh, yeah. I was with Apas on Sunday. He was saying when we came on, like even before we made sensible stuff, we knew we were
Yes.
going to fuck up the game. So it's about time we do that.
That's family, bro.
And yes, and I'm glad this album is dropping.
Nice. So we do have
Yeah. So
Kahim.
yeah, and I have something coming out after you. So
I
let's
better
do
release
this.
quickly,
Uh,
Here we go. Here we go.
Good. Me,
But Barry is the type of guy to drop 5 projects in a year, EPs or albums. So shout out to you, Barry.
thanks, man. No, man, the schedule is taking me.
Barrow is one of my inspirations. Trust me, real facts,
Eh?
no lie. Yeah, Barrow, I mean, you guys, we talked about
Flex,
this. You know what you did,
Flex, stop saying this stuff.
bro?
What
You know
did
what
he do?
Barrow did?
Me.
Tell
Barrow,
us.
you know what we talked about, man?
You tell us. What
Barrow,
did he do?
Barrow has released
Yeah,
the
even the me knows what
EPs,
I did.
albums, no, and everything Barrow does has always created an impact in hip hop. You get like,
So what did he do?
yes, he knows.
Flex, just tell this guy, man. Tell this guy what I did.
Tell us.
Why you? All right,
Yeah, fuck
guys.
my remember.
Uh, uh,
We have
uh,
someone
uh,
waiting for a while to say something. Kahim. We'll get back to the jokes. Uh, feel
Priscilla.
free.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Um, Flex, I wanted to say that super proud of you. That this has been a long time coming. Like, yeah, and that to see that you have really, 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 really come through and reached. It's just so
Yes,
honorable to watch.
thank you.
Really, really proud for you. Very, very happy for you. Um, um, Sky is just the beginning, and I wish you all the best. Like, you're doing
Thank
good
you
in
very much.
franchises, everything going on. Awesome, awesome, awesome work. Like, keep it up. You are the leader. Indeed.
Thank you very much. 100%. Super humbled with those
Yeah.
words. Yes, thank you very much.
She didn't say none of that shit for me, my nigga.
What's going on? Thank you, Priscilla. 100%. I'm humbled and I won't disappoint you guys. I'll make sure like we'll push this further than just this album. Yeah.
Hey, Flex, on this album, do you talk about being short?
No, I don't.
I
why,
thought you did a
man?
50 cents.
This wasn't a Chicago album, it was a Kampala Boy album.
Okay, good, good, good. Double checking. Ah, man.
so
Flex, congratulations, bro. I'm out of here.
All right, blessings. Thank
Where
you
where
very
you
Peace
much.
out, brother. We out.
I
All right.
guess
Thank you, everyone who's been listening in.
we've come to the end of the conversation. So, Flex, any final remarks?
First of all, thank you, Nove, for hosting this. Um, Thank you to everyone who has taken that time off to listen to this. We had the first thing that went off, and still we managed to still discuss more in this second space. Oscar, I see you. Kayson, who took the picture for the album art after Hatimax did the painting. Baru, of course. I see you. I am fine, China, 100%. Claret, blessings. Everyone that's on right now. Gilbert, you know, nothing but love for all of you guys. And Kampala Boy drops on Friday. So let's get it. Salome, again, blessings. You know, one of the best talented artists I know in Uganda. Wed, let's get it. Shaba, yeah, everyone, 100%. Katonda is involved. Let's do this.
Katonda is involved. Kampala Boy, Flex the paper. Shout outs to everyone who's tuned in from earlier on when we started. I and the technical issues on my end.
Clayson Myra.
We managed to be here this far. So I guess it's good night from me. Uh, Catch you for anyone who'd like to listen to the previous conversations. Uh, Hopefully soon they're going to be out in form of the Duve Live podcast. So tune in whenever you see the links to the podcast. All right. See you and
All
have a
right,
good night.
everyone. Good night.
Congratulations, Flex.
Thank you. Bless up. Good night.